Welcome back, Sunday Society, to another episode of Taking Back Sunday.
Spooky edition.
Spooky season. Last week, we had a pretty heavy episode about domestic violence.
Yeah.
And this week, it's Hannah-centric, so she is going to share a story for us.
It is very sad, and it is very real, and all of the things. But
all
it
of
is
them always, yeah.
I just felt like that domestic violence one really set heavy on my heart. So
yeah.
Well,
are you ready to jump into it?
Girl, I am ready.
Then,
I do want to say, so we have your true crime, my true crime. Then we're going to do one together. And then should we just let them know what our last week is going to allude to maybe what we're...
Yeah. Go for it.
So we are going to do some history on Salem, Massachusetts, because we're going there.
Woo!
So yeah, we're going to record some while we're up there.
Yeah.
Going to take some pictures, some videos.
It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah. Really excited about the spooky season. So
yeah, I'm getting super nervous about the trip. Excited, nervous. Like I'm ready to get there.
I'm anxious.
And do it.
Anxious.
Yes, that is me too.
Yes.
Me too, and I'm always anxious. So what else is new?
I am so excited to have a week off of work because I need it.
Yes.
And I'm excited to just have like a beautiful, like we are flying up there and then we're road tripping just all over the Northeast, and just to be able to see the foliage and history. And we're going to land in Boston. So like there's a lot of history there. Pretty excited about it.
We're going to land in New York.
No, I meant
we're gonna fly out from Boston.
I meant like that's where our spot, like that
we're
area.
End up in Boston.
Yeah,
yes.
not
like,
land.
We're not landing in
no,
Boston.
we're gonna like that's where our end. We're gonna end up as in Boston, and so I just think that would be. There's a lot of history there, and I'm a history buff, so I'm really excited. And Bianca has things to do for a couple of days, so I'm gonna enjoy some history. Yeah.
All right. Well, then let's go ahead and get started this week. So grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's take back Sunday.
We are examining the tragic murder of Crystal Theobald, and she was a 24-year-old from Riverside, California. So her life was cut short, unfortunately, from a drive-by shooting.
Oh my gosh.
But the twist of this is that her family used social media catfishing to track down the killer.
No kidding.
No kidding. And so this just isn't just about revenge. It's about grief, determination, and how far a mother's love can go. So in Netflix in 2021 came out with a Why Did You Kill Me documentary. And I had seen it. It's been a few years.
Yeah.
So I had to go back and do some research.
I don't think I've heard of it.
But I remembered the idea of what happened. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this one. So if you haven't seen the documentary on Netflix, it's very good. And it has a lot of information because there isn't a ton of information out there. So I would check it out. It's called Why Did You Kill Me? So yeah, you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
I am very excited to hear how this goes.
On February 24th, 2006, 24-year-old Crystal left her family home in Riverside, California with her boyfriend and brother. They were headed to the local 7-Eleven. Her mom, Belinda, drove her own car just ahead of them. But within minutes, everything would change. As the family pulled out of their driveway, a white Ford Expedition SUV drove past, then suddenly whipped around in a U-turn. It stopped in the middle of the road, and a hooded figure stepped out, gun in hand.
Oh my gosh, how scary.
Belinda, being human, panicked, slamming on the gas, braking hard, whipping her head to check on her kids behind her, but she did move. Shouts rang out. No one could even make out the words, and then gunfire. So by 8:47 p.m., surveillance footage at a local 7-Eleven captured the aftermath. Crystal's boyfriend ran inside to call for help. Her brother pulled Crystal's body from the car, cradling her on the sidewalk, desperate to save her. Crystal had been shot in the head.
Oh my.
She would die 2 days later at Riverside Community Hospital.
She didn't die right away?
Mm-mm.
Oh, poor baby.
At first, police weren't sure what they were dealing with. The family had run-ins with the law. Their house
Crystal's family.
Yes,
Yeah.
their house sat on territory controlled by the 5150 gang in California, or 5150 maybe, I don't know. 5150, I'm going to call it that. It's probably what it is. Suspicion ran both ways, and trust between the family and investigators was shaky.
Yeah.
Because, like, even the mom had run-ins with the law. So, like,
And
you just, when you have experiences with police or the law that are negative, there's, like, immediately you think that, like, you can't trust them.
Yeah, because
and even if you haven't, sometimes you feel like you can't trust them.
Yeah,
so, I mean, I could see where the police might have thought, were they involved in something shady?
Yeah.
The family's like, I can't trust these people. They're not really going to help us. So
I hate this. I hate that so much.
But thankfully, Crystal's family refused to let the case go cold. And this is where things get a little unusual because her mom, Belinda, decided to investigate the killer herself. Not by hiring a private detective. I don't think funds for that were available. Not by hitting the streets, but by logging onto MySpace. Again, this was in 2006.
Oof.
And MySpace was a thing.
That's a blast from the past.
Yes. Social media sleuthing wasn't a thing yet, but Belinda, she made it one.
She sure did.
She created fake profiles with the help of Crystal's younger cousin, Jamie, flirty young women with party girl energy just to get close to gang members online. Because I think she had a feeling it was a gang. Obviously. Yeah. I mean, it feels kind of...
She was in there.
They're in that territory. It was a drive-by shooting. I think that's kind of an assumption.
Yeah.
So these fake profiles would friend them, message them, and they would play the part, sometimes nosy, sometimes sweet, sometimes dramatic. Hours and hours and hours of pretending, all while carefully collecting names and details.
Get it, mama.
Rebecca, whose profile picture had been taken from a random Google image search, began to integrate herself with members of the gang. Her profile stated that she was 17 years old, loved smoking weed and drinking cervezas, and for all intents and purposes was an outlandish party girl. However, after Rebecca didn't seem to be making enough of an impression on the targeted gang members, the family changed tactics. A new profile was set up under the name Angel. Rebecca wasn't making them fall in love.
That feels powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Feels powerful.
Rebecca wasn't making them fall in love. She was more or less a booty call. Angel was the love. Rebecca cried a lot. She was noisy. The old tell me this, tell me that. She was flirty, teenagery. And, like today was a shitty day. Oh, today's school sucked. Angel was always sweet and upbeat. And that came from Netflix. So from Jamie on Netflix, the cousin.
Yeah.
So she was portraying in a lot of ways her cousin.
That's what I was going to ask.
The name came because her cousin was an angel. Mm-hmm. And so she was portraying her, even though, it was a fake profile. She's kind of portraying who she was as a person.
Yeah.
So she has said, Jamie and Belinda made the arguable point and decision to model Angel after Crystal herself, even using a photo as her profile picture. The new tactic proved, well, girl, you just shot somebody and you didn't probably even pay attention to what they looked like.
Gosh, yeah. Holy cow.
Yes.
Dude. I'm going to interject. Criminals are stupid. Criminals are dumb.
Yes.
And I will die on that hill. I know that I ruffled somebody's feathers when I said that the last time we talked about this.
Yeah.
Criminals they're morons. Anyway.
The new tactic proved effective, particularly with 17-year-old William Jokes Sotelo.
Jokes on him. I just really wanted to make that joke.
With whom Angel built an online relationship with.
Wow.
Alleging. They were hot and heavy. You know how it used to be back in the days when you would talk like you were in a serious relationship with somebody you never met in person.
And now
in high school.
Now we know better.
She said, so Jamie, the cousin, said, I had this portrait of Crystal in my head. I had to show him that she was a beautiful person. She was not hard to fall in love with. You'd meet her, you'd fall in love with her. Her personality, her smile. It was hard not to... it was hard not for that guy to fall in love with her. So it was hard for him not to fall in love with her. Anyway.
She's lovable.
She's lovable. Angel built a relationship with 17-year-old gang member named William jokes, Sotelo. They talked, they flirted, and in April 2006, 2 months after Crystal's death,
Wow, that's so quick.
yeah, William was trying to convince Angel to come to a party at his house. After telling him she can't find a ride, William told Angel that he would pick her up. Such a smart thing to say, I can't find a ride, and like to just pull. Anyway, these people were extremely intelligent. Angel asked what car she should look for, to which William responds, my white Ford Expedition SUV.
There it is.
Okay.
There it is.
Along with his known ties to the 5150s, William's admission to owning a vehicle matching the one from the shooting was enough evidence for the police to bring him in for questioning.
No kidding.
I don't know if this says this, so just in case it doesn't, we can always cut it out if it does. In the Netflix documentary, the mom says like she got all of this, and I feel like it was at this point that she went to the police and was like, here's the logins, here's everything, go get them.
Yeah.
I did your job for you.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that that was all admissible and allowed for at least a questioning. You know, if it was probable cause.
They wouldn't even have needed that, but yeah. We're going to keep going.
Okay.
After some grilling, William eventually admitted to being in the SUV at the scene that night and implicated the others involved were Julio, you know what, we're just going to go with Julio Hedera.
We don't pretend to be
Heredia.
Expert linguists.
I'm going to say these names. I'm sorry if I botched them. Julio Heredia. He's the one who was accused of actually firing the gun. William Rascal Lemus and his brother, Manuel Tripper Lemus, both sat in the back seat of the SUV.
But it belonged to
William.
Jokes.
Yeah, Jokes.
Okay.
The story was that the other white Ford Expedition SUV, the one in which Crystal's brother had been sitting down in the street. So that was another thing.
Oh, they drove the same car?
They were driving the vehicle, like the family owned a vehicle that they said was this like exact kind of vehicle that she got, like the shooter came out of. So that was like a thing, I think, for the cops too.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah. So the story was that the other white Ford Expedition SUV, the one in which Crystal's brother had been sitting down the street in, had instigated the incident by firing upon William's SUV first. In the alleged firefight that followed, Crystal had been caught in the crossfire. Ultimately, this version of events did not convince investigators. There was no bullet strikes in William's SUV. No shell casings, no weapons were found at the Theobald household. Lacking that evidence, I don't have anything to substantiate that they were fired at.
There's no proof that they started it.
That they instigated it, yeah. And that was from Detective Rick Wheeler.
Okay.
So the suspects, we'll talk about them. William, still in witness stage, was released from custody, and detectives started to hunt for the others that had been implicated during his interview.
I'd be afraid if I were William.
Yeah.
I mean, he just ratted on.
You're on a gang member. Yeah. You're a snitch.
Yeah, that's not a thing you want to be.
The shooter, Julio, could not be tracked down, but the Lemus brothers were brought in for interviewing at the same time. So they put them in two separate rooms and interviewed them.
Yeah.
Manuel remained tight-lipped, but his brother implicated both himself and Manuel as also being in the SUV that night. William Lemus' story matched the one previously given by William Sotelo.
The first William.
Mm-hmm. Jokes.
Yeah.
With the exception that William Lemus did not reveal who the shooter was. Ultimately, both brothers were released. Soon after, Manuel was faced with the repercussions from his brother's confession. I already knew the gang wants to kill me and my brother. They said to me, it was your brother, wasn't it?
The Lemus brothers?
Mm-hmm. I said, I don't know. He wasn't in the same room as me. What would you do if I killed your brother? Would you be okay with that? I looked at him and I'm just like, I would do exactly the same thing as you would do if someone killed your brother.
Yeah.
And so they interviewed him. Yeah. And so on the Netflix, they interviewed him.
Yeah.
As a result.
Nope. I was going to ask a question, but I feel like you're going to tell me the answer.
Okay. As a result, both of the Lemus brothers went into hiding. In retaliation, the 5150s burned down the Lemus family home,
Yeah.
almost killing the parents who were inside at the time, but they managed to flee
So what
the
about
fire and smoke that engulfed the house.
the first William? Well, are you going to talk about what happened to him too?
I
Because
mean,
like he's the one that's like switched first.
Yeah, I think we go through. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
We can touch it at the end. Yeah.
Okay. Burn the house down. Didn't kill the parents, though, thank God.
Yeah, but the house was engulfed in flames. Jeez. Now, with a little bit more incentive to be more open, cooperative, truthful, the Lemus brothers returned to the Riverside police and handed themselves in. Like, please, because they needed protection.
Yeah.
From the gang.
I hope that they extended that protection to his family.
Yeah.
Their family, like the parents.
I'm sure after they lost their home.
Yeah.
Julio, whom William Soletto and now both Lemus brothers identified as the shooter the night Crystal was killed, was eventually captured by local police in Mexico in August of 2007.
Dang.
Yeah, girl.
Dang.
In 2007. He was gone.
A year later. Yeah.
So.
Dang.
And he was extradited back to the U.S.
Is this the one where Dog went to Mexico and extradited him back?
Oh, I don't know.
We'll have to look at that.
At the trial, both Lemus brothers testified against Julio in exchange for immunity.
I would hope also Whitpro.
Yeah. During their testimony, they alleged that the shooting was the result of mistaken identity, with the group in the SUV believing that Crystal and the others inside the car were members of a rival gang, MD-17.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Crystal's family ultimately declined state's prosecutors' offer to pursue the death penalty for Julio. In May of 2011,
that gave me chills.
Yep, he was convicted of first-degree murder for killing Crystal and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. In addition, he was convicted of a number of other criminal charges for which he received a further sentence of 138 years to life.
Wow. So he's never going to see the light of day.
Never.
And that's fine.
But they are not going to take his life.
Yeah, they were. I'm sure that the thought was, this isn't going to bring my daughter back.
And
let him sit with that.
I would rather you, I know it's taxpayers' dollars or whatever. I'd rather you sit and be miserable the rest of your life.
Yeah. I say give him rabies. I've said that before.
After being released, following questions 2 months after Crystal was killed back in April of 2006, Jokes managed to avoid recapture for 10 years. Because, I mean, it was his car. He was involved. They talked to him first.
The driver.
He was ultimately apprehended on May 6, 2016.
In Mexico?
In central Mexico.
Holy
so it might have been him.
Yeah, it could have been. So he gave all that information and then dipped.
Boop. Well, for probably 2 reasons. He knew that it was going to come back to him.
Yep.
And you just snitched on gang members.
Mm-hmm. And the Lemus brothers, their house got burned down. He was probably like,
yeah. Mm-mm. His capture was allegedly helped once again by Crystal's mother, Belinda, using social media.
Someone give this woman a job.
Belinda kept up her post on social media, and in 2014, she received a tip that Sotelo was in Mexico. She forwarded the information to detectives who work with the FBI and Mexican authorities to track him down. Wow. In exchange for prosecutors dropping charges of murder, attempted murder, and shooting at an occupied vehicle, William instead pled guilty to a single charge of voluntary manslaughter. On January 23rd, 2020, he was sentenced to 22 years in state prison. I don't feel like that's...
that.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't the shooter. I don't know if he thought that they were going to shoot. Who knows? I don't.
Yeah, I get it.
He didn't get... He lied, though. He lied and said that they were shooting at them first, which... If he thought it was another gang member, maybe he was talking about a different time. I don't know. But anyway.
But then he left and hid like a coward for a decade.
10 years.
Yeah.
He was probably hiding more from the gang than the police.
You're right. You're exactly right.
Crystal's death was a tragedy born of mistaken identity and gang violence.
That's awful.
But her family's determination, especially her mother's unorthodox early days catfishing investigation, helped bring her killers to justice. It's a story that is heartbreaking, but also shows the power of a mother's love. Belinda refused to let her daughter be forgotten and continues that. And in the end, she didn't just grieve, she caught a killer.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did.
So this is Angel, and this is the picture that they used for her picture. And then that's Mom, and then that's her killer. And then this is Jamie. I just wanted to show you. Mm-hmm. And then this is a picture of everyday Angel. That's not, they were trying to make her look cute and appealing for men.
Oh. What a tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
What an absolute tragedy.
Yeah. And just because they thought that was somebody that it wasn't, they were just trying to go to a gas station.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
It's a life we'll never understand.
Yeah, no.
I will never have to worry about that happening.
I hope we don't ever have to. Like, I hope that never...
I couldn't imagine. But, I mean, stranger things have happened. But
yeah,
I couldn't imagine that type of gang violence would find itself here.
I would hope not. But I love the fact that Belinda made catfishing cool before catfishing was cool.
She used it. Yeah, she used it to catch somebody.
Yeah, they were like, you know what? We don't have any leads. We don't know. And she's like, bet. Like, I got this.
And I'm glad that they were receptive. And this case reminded me of a Dateline that I watched where it's called like The Pin at, apartment 217 or something crazy like that. But it's about a woman who goes missing and the police are just like, whatever. And the mom is like, absolutely not. We are not just going to whatever this. We are going to figure out what happened to my child. And so they look, and apparently like the daughter had dropped a pin to her mom overnight, like at this apartment. And they told the cops, and the cops were like, okay. This mom went to that apartment, broke in with a credit card, like slipped it through the door, and found the crime scene and essentially solved this woman, like her daughter's case. And the police were like, you need to let us do our job. And she's like,
I tried. Yeah.
So
listen, I get it.
Don't mess with the mom, man.
We are out here to just take over and do what needs to be done.
If you're not going to do your job, you better believe I will do your job for you.
Listen, I had a very similar situation where I feel like the police, not in our town, were doing their job about a situation, and it was affecting multiple people. And so, shoot, I was like, let me just get on and do what I do and be Snoopy and look at CaseNet and find. And I was like, they were like, we don't know who this person is. Like, here's their driver's license. Here's their, license plate. Here's their address. This is their name. This is where they work.
Yeah.
I did your job for you.
It's sad.
Now go take care of it. Yeah.
And did they?
No.
Yeah.
I'm not very pleased with police departments towards the city. Yeah. Not very happy about that. But yeah. So I thought, I'm kind of glad I did this one because
it has a resolution at the end.
Yeah.
You know what happens.
I feel like you Ashley flowered me in the last week.
I did. And I did it on purpose.
I want to go. I want to investigate. Yeah. I want to go meet Dawn.
Yeah. Go tripping.
And be like, maybe. Okay, Dawn.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
That'd be fine with me.
But I for the simple fact that I want to know where those remains are so that the family can lay her to rest. But
completely.
That's a lot of stories are like that out there, unfortunately. Yeah, and Ashley Flowers be messing with my emotions.
Yeah.
It's like unsolved. She's like, and this is all we know. And you're like,
wait, what?
Ashley.
I am kind of honored that you said that because I was going for that. I was like, I want to be like Ashley Flowers and just shock her.
Ashley flowered me. I thought I was getting a resolution.
I knew. I was like, because I almost put in the script at the beginning, this is your favorite kind of case. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to tell her that it's unsolved.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, the family in this one knew what happened. They just didn't know who did it.
Yep. But they sure were determined to figure it out.
And let me just tell you, it did not take much for those people to just start turning and talking. Wild. And that is why if I ever murder someone, no one else will know. Because it only has to be you. I think about that guy in like the Oak Grove, Green Valley area. Is it Oak Grove? It's Green Valley.
Green Valley. Yep.
That buried that girl and the only reason he got caught was because a child knew about it that was in foster care and told. If nobody would have known, they would never have known.
Yep.
They would never have known.
What's the saying? 2 people can keep a secret if one of them's dead.
Mm-hmm. Pretty Little Liars, for any of you Pretty Little Liars watchers out there.
Is that what that's from? I've never watched it.
Yeah, it's actually a song. 2 can keep a secret if one of us dead.
I've never.
Yeah.
Never
Anyway, I watched all of Pretty Little Liars. It got kind of weird towards the end. I felt like it started getting real. Like there was, I'm not even going to say but it was good.
If you know, you know. I don't know, but if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's week 2.
Yep.
Next week we're
Joint.
hitting something together.
Yes, and
I said hitting something and you said joint. We're hitting a joint together next week.
Hitting a joint. No, we're gonna hit one together. It's a joint case. So we'll both be sharing and talking and yeah. But I really do like sitting back and listening, and
I do too. It was nice
about something I don't know because it's like
I'd never heard of that case. I haven't seen that documentary.
It something popped in my memory and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And I went back and I was like, oh yeah, okay, that was her name. So I started looking it up but there wasn't a lot about it, but it's probably because the cops didn't do a very good job at their job. So
the mom was out here handling business.
But yeah, so Belinda, if you ever hear this, mad props.
Props to you, Mom. Props to you.
I am impressed.
Me too.
Don't ever hurt my baby.
I'll call Belinda.
I don't need Belinda, but I'll tell you what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to be like, oh, here, police. Here's all the, don't hurt my kid.
Yeah.
Nope.
You know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you talk to Neil, you know the option. Okay, so let's wrap that up before we incriminate ourselves.
All right.
So I'm Bianca.
I'm Hannah.
And we are
Taking Back Sunday.
Okay, awesome.
Awesome. What time is it?
Not late.
Woo, it's 6:45. Did we say I'm Hannah, I'm Bianca in the last one?
Mm-hmm. At the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I think
I dissociated.
It was a hard episode.
Okay.
All right.
His capture was allegedly helped once again by his mother's use of social media.
Whose mother?
Not by his mother. Let me read that again. Okay.
I was like, what?